It looks like Infinix will be sticking with older Intel Ice Lake CPUs for yet another year to keep prices at more affordable levels. The display remains excellent with its more 90% sRGB coverage, even if it suffers from more noticeable ghosting. The InBook X2 uses a 10th gen Intel chip, which I thought was a little off for a laptop launching in 2022. Looking back at the X1, there is very little difference between the two laptops. It looks like the InBook X2 tops out with the i5 to 1035 G1 CPU, whereas my sample is the i7. You'd need to choose the InBook X1 Pro for the i7 to 1065 G7 model. The X2 then has Windows 11, but you can upgrade to that free anyway. The smaller size also means a fractionally smaller battery with 50 Wh versus 55 Wh, and a slower charger of 45 Watt versus 65 Watt. All in all, it is barely any difference. However, if you commute with your laptop frequently, then every little bit of weight saving helps. The Infinix InBook X2 is a relatively attractive laptop. My sample came in turquoise, which is a refreshing change from all the blacks and grays I am normally used to. The standout feature is the overall weight. This is incredibly light. There are, of course, many laptops that have a similar weight and are lighter. The LG Gram 16-inch is 1.2 kilograms and $1,500, or the Acer Swift 5 is just 1 kilogram, but costs $900. And the overall specification isn't much better than this. Amazingly, Infinix has also crammed in a good selection of ports, unlike most ultra-portables. 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports plus an HDMI port makes life so much easier, rather than messing around and losing USB hubs. The display is also surprisingly good for such a cheap laptop, much better than the Samsung Go. It is bright enough with good color accuracy. Moving outside and the 300 nits brightness does start to struggle, but overall it is better than I'd expect for a laptop at this price. The overall build and appearance are excellent when factoring in the cost. Opening up the laptop reveals a predictably compact appearance with limited upgrade options. It is just the storage that you could replace easily. Both the keyboard and trackpad are good, or at least standard for thin and light laptops. There's not much travel in the keys, and they are a little spongy. There is also no backlighting. While that may not sound amazing, you aren't going to get anything spectacular on a laptop at this price. The touchpad is nice and large, with a decent level of feedback from the left and mouse click. Performance is decent enough. This is a 2-year-old CPU which may seem disappointing, but it is an Intel Core i7 to 1065 G7 that has plenty of performance for day-to-day tasks. Benchmarks show this as a capable productivity machine and you should be able to do some light gaming, as long as you keep your expectations reasonable. During my time with it, I predominantly used it for browsing with Chrome, MS Office and Outlook, plus basic photo editing. It worked flawlessly for all these tasks. This has a fan that is easily audible. I wouldn't say it is loud, but due to its thin and light nature, it is very high-pitched, and I found it quite audible when running the PCMark benchmark, even though I had music playing in the background. The fan kicks in at a relatively light load, but it was normally quiet enough that it wasn't audible over the TV, and I'd have to put my ear to it to check if it was spinning. I don't normally highlight the Wi-Fi on laptops as they typically offer the performance you'd expect. This does not. The performance is very poor. The Infinix InBook X2 has a 50 Wh battery, and claims to provide up to 11 hours worth of battery life. This is actually less than the 55 Watt and 13 hours you get from the X1. This is a sacrifice you make for the new lighter appearance. In terms of real-world usage, I haven't pushed it that far, but I'd say you can easily get 8 hours of general use out of it, without stressing too much about charging it. The InBook X2 series will be available for $399 with i3, $549 with i5 and $649 with i7. I was informed it would move on to wider audiences in the future, but there is no word on the West market. Currently, no Infinix are sold in the UK, so I am not hopeful this will launch here. The i7 model I was sent works out at $472, which is a great price for a portable i7 laptop. The main selling point of the Infinix InBook X2 seems to be its ultra-lightweight appearance. Beyond that, it is basically the same as the X1. You can also get laptops from Flipkart with a better CPU for a similar price, but weigh a bit more. However, there is not much else out there at this price point that offers the same specification and ultra-lightweight appearance. Overall, the Infinix InBook X2 is an ultra-lightweight and affordable laptop with plenty of performance for day-to-day tasks, and it should appeal to students or professionals that carry their laptops around all day. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was useful for you. Have a nice day everyone, a lot of smiles, and see you soon.